Friday. Good evening and welcome everyone to another epic matchup here on the Overwatch Xbox community. And now I'm myself am Sarge VKL, joined by Lil DZ. I think we're having a little bit of a party issues. But the two teams that you're seeing here today are going to be D9 and Chaotic, and I do need to mention that this is the first week of the preseason, I believe. So these are teams that are new to the game. They're not continuing from last season. Like Chaotic, I know that I was just talking to them. They just joined the league and they're very fresh. So I'm very curious to see how these guys kind of combat against one another. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start this thing up. First map on Rialto. I'm definitely excited for this as this map is decently new. So a lot of different types of combos, a lot of new stuff coming in. Definitely some party issues going on, so Lil DZ should be joining me soon enough. Yeah, so we got Team Chaotic over here in red on this amazing map here. Captain Cure against D9 over here in blue. And I will say, Big Daddy Snipes is a guy that I talked to last season, he's new as captain, so you love seeing these new people. You really do, just because it's so many new talents, and this growing league is really able to be represented through them. And I can't think of a better map than this beautiful one, such as this being new itself as well. And of course, I do have to mention that Hammond will not be playable, as he is not in the current competitive season. So that's right, there's still a lot of amazing combos and possibilities that we're going to be seeing from these guys. Now we are seeing D9 in the defensive side on Chaotic. I keep forgetting the name. Definitely very new, especially in my head. But yeah, Chaotic on the attack here. Now, like I said, these guys are, as I keep saying, I should say, everyone's very new, so I can't really talk about like what these guys kind of play. But looking at the team comp here, I am liking what I'm seeing. You know, on the defensive side, you're seeing these double snipers with a traditional comp setup. You know, just really gearing towards the meta, especially with that Brigida. So I am liking to see that. As far as the attack side, we're seeing a little bit of an unusual one, a type of comp that you really don't see that often. You got the Diva and the Reinhardt, but you got the Widow and the Genji combo. Now the thing about these guys is I always feel like they're too sharpshooter-like. They're too precision-based. Like, you can only really focus one target at a time. So that might be their downfall, but I do like the fact that you're seeing snipers from both sides going back and forth immediately. Now we're seeing these attackers right off the bat. Ooh, a beautiful pick. Big Daddy Snipes getting that attacking Widow right there. That was absolutely beautiful. You know, I was definitely expecting some type of sniper clash there. But these guys are just making sure that, like, they have the man advantage at this point, but they're not really pushing up to take advantage. They're really just sticking with the payload, as we're seeing that Brigida kind of bopping where she can. Not doing very much either, just kind of going back and forth at this point. We're seeing Genji hopping around, get right in the face of Reinhardt. But again, I'm really surprised that nobody pushed up at the fact that they have another pick on the Widow. That opposing Widow goes down once more by Big Daddy Snipes. This guy cannot miss. So again, they have that pick and they're not being aggressive, but you do see a Hanzo ult come out, not really able to completely finish anyone just yet. But they should have pushed up there. But of course, without Widow constantly going down, you are seeing a swamp come in and a Reinhardt shatter, but is blocked by that charge there. A little fumble on the words. But again, the snipers on this defensive side are absolutely doing a phenomenal job here. Just destroying them, you know, getting these amazing headshots. That's what you like to see. And then there you go. You are seeing this Reinhardt starting to push up a little bit, which is what you got to do. Like, if you have room, and even more snipes by the attacking side. Absolutely fantastic gameplay that we're seeing. Man, I swear these guys can almost not miss. Hitting so many targets. But as the attacking side are grouping up back here, they have 3 ults compared to the 2 that the defensive side has. So I am definitely expecting to see this Diva Bomb launch out. And of course, with that Dragon Blade coming up very soon, that Tranquility is definitely on the side for use as well. Another beautiful shatter comes out with the, just as I was saying, that Kenyatta is taken down immediately, not even able to trans against that King Hanzo that's popping on. Absolutely phenomenal. But all ults that were available were used right then and there, with only the support ults remaining. And in that fight, Chaotic was able to get a pick there, able to get a pick on that D.Va, but they lost their Rein. The attacking, or sorry, they were the attacking side was able to get a pick on that Widowmaker there. But it's the fact that they lost their Reinhardt. They really weren't able to push in without that shield, which is absolutely crucial in these team fights. Now we're seeing that Zenyatta, or sorry, that Genji go around, and this D.Va as well, getting ready to launch her D.Va bomb. Now I'm sure they're predicting that and getting ready for that. A beautiful charge onto that Genji goes off, and D.Va's still holding up, but the Reinhardt does go down. Of course, is Res D.Va getting in the backlines, taking down that dangerous sniper as Big Daddy Snipes gets another pick onto that Mercy. Absolutely phenomenal job here. D.Va bomb does go out, sadly not able to pick anyone. But in this fight, picks are going back and forth. Big Daddy Snipes getting another pick, but it does look like that they're finally about to fall. Again, picks going decently back and forth, but yeah, the attacking side definitely taking power over this point, especially as they're reaching towards overtime. That extra time will definitely be helpful. And we're seeing the snipers go in once more, with them jumping directly on point, and that beautiful dragons there from that Hanzo. And this fight is going underway once more, with the defensive side doing an absolutely great job of cleaning up again. These guys cannot lose a team fight. And with that grab coming out just barely on the sides there, D.Va was hanging out into that one on point, trying to contest. Just might not be enough though. As like I said, their entire team is there, so it's definitely going to be hard, especially with that Mercy going down. Again, these guys are just trying to do whatever they can in this overtime, just barely not able to make the next point there. And there it goes. Round one complete. Beautiful display of their snipers by D9. Yeah, sadly didn't get to see the other half of the map, as beautiful as it is. But looking at these team comps and what they're preparing, D9 already know what they want. They're going back with the snipers once more, changing a little bit on the healers there, but again, sticking with what works, which, you know, when you have that big of an advantage, you definitely can. I am interested to see how the defense changes, or Team Chaotic changes what they're running here. They're going with a interesting comp once more. Nothing really geared towards the meta as much as D9 is, but you know, they have that Reaper, they have that Orisa, they have that Zarya, which is very interesting comp. I really want to see it work, so I'm hoping for them that they're going to be able to.
In the Overwatch League, you're hyping up the chat, taking your team to hashtag trending, and spreading memes at tracer level speed.
All while watching us cap the point.
Speed like that deserves a network that can keep up. With T-Mobile, get all the Overwatch League you can handle with coast-to-coast coverage. Now your arena is where you make it.
Let's do it. I don't know what I just saw there, but that was great. Hold on, let me see if I can figure out my controls here. Look at this. They're like a tribal chant over here. Zarya's just having none of it. She doesn't want to participate. But look at these guys. These guys are pumped up and ready for this battle. Definitely working those glutes as well, getting ready for this almost easy win. Well, not that easy. You know, it's very much so going to be a difficult fight because they have that Reaper to really get in the back lines and make sure that those pesky snipers aren't any worry. And same with that Soldier, most likely. But as everyone starts gearing towards the point here, Team Chaotic still hanging back just a little bit, kind of letting them have some room here, getting to that corner. Reinhardt already doing a lot of focus onto this Orisa, having her to back up, almost getting her down. But Big Daddy Snipes gets another pick onto the Zenyatta this time. With one support down, they should be pushing in. They have all the power that they need to just go in and destroy. Kind of surprised that Mercy isn't rezzing that Zenyatta either. But I guess confidence is a powerful thing, as this fight is still going underway right in the front here. But the Reinhardt and Moira do go down. So already this team is going to have to back up and make sure they regroup, because it's a very difficult fight without your shield. That Big Daddy Snipes getting another pick. This man is insane and unstoppable. They had the tools to block her, but they're just... Snipers just not having it. Very powerful play, and we're seeing that Shatter, beautiful Shatter, getting everybody, and that's that. They got everybody except for the Soldier in the backlines running away, but look at this D9, just a perfect play to get these guys out of the equation, and with those, with that infrared sight, they're able to track exactly where their team can be flanking, the defending team it is. As the point approaches its final destination, Big Daddy Snipes getting 2 more picks. This man is insane. Somebody stop him. But we got Reaper going in the background trying to make sure that his team is actually able to do something here. But Mercy says no, able to get that res off on the Zarya that was taken down. But this Reaper's just not able to do enough. This Widow is completely deadly, firing off warning shots, and same with this Reinhardt. Like that Shatter from earlier, him cleaning up the point, absolutely phenomenal. But that will be D9 taking the first match here. Wow, what a fillet! Now, I am expecting a lot better stuff, but of course, you know, as I was just saying, Reinhardt doing a great job. Here's his amazing Shatter after Big Daddy Snipes got rid of the Zenyatta. You know, Zenyatta was really the power player with his trans, able to keep his team from dying, but he was taken down and eliminated. So Reinhardt was able to get in there, hammer down directly behind them. They didn't even know, and there it was. So, of course, you know, D9 was kind of the kings of that match there. I didn't know that. I can endorse people. I'm spectating. That doesn't make much sense, I'll be honest, but that's alright. So, what a match there. Now, hopefully we could get little DZ back in here, my commentator, and then get the readies from both of the captains. Alright, DZ, there, man. Just so you know, if you're saying anything, I cannot hear you. Alrighty. Also, the next map coming up here, I believe, is Horizon Lunar Colony. Do one last check on DZ. I can hear you. I can hear a little bit of something with your mic.
Can you hear me now?
I sure can.
Alright, hopefully that fixed it. Yeah, but I'm glad to be back. I watched a little bit, I think the ending of that last map, and it seemed rough for a chaotic, but hopefully they can come back in a Horizon Lunar Colony and get a win.
Yeah, it really was absolutely devastating. But, you know, I really think these guys are just warming up, because we saw some good plays from Chaotic there, but they're still kind of getting used to everything, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. Big Daddy Snipes, I have to say, though, did a very, very good job at picking off the DPS and the healers when needed to. Took the right side on Rialto, and just went to work. And the Reinhardt as well from Chaotic did, or D9 did really well. But yeah, Horizon Lunar Colony, 2CP, it will be different. Hopefully they can come back and change some things and figure out what they need to do in order to get a win on this map.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. But going back to that last match there, I think in the end, like I said, these guys are still kind of warming up, because you saw some kind of messy comps from Chaotic, and then of course the very traditional D9 comp. You know, you had the Hanzo and Zarya and everything. So I feel like that may not be the main thing preventing Chaotic from really shining, but I feel like if they kind of analyze the other team, prepare for that they're gonna shine a bit more, which now that we're going from a, you know, what was a payload map to now a 2CP. I'm definitely expecting a lot different playstyles, probably different characters, but I don't think D9 will probably swap after Big Daddy Snipes living up to his name and popping off.
Yeah. I mean, if it's working, no reason to fix it. And it was definitely working for him.
So a little dizzy. You saw a little bit. Got any predictions with how everything's going to kind of work with Horizon Lunar Colony here?
If I had to guess, after just seeing the last little bit of that last match, I would say we'd most likely see Big Daddy Snipes back on Widow, just because you have the high ground, especially on defense. And with the changes to Horizon Lunar Colony, because they did change it, it does offer some high ground on the second point as well. As for tanks and DPS, or tanks and heals, I mean, the Reinhardt seemed like it was doing a good job for time, so it would make no sense to switch it. Like I said, like if it's not broken, don't try and fix it. But who knows really? With you also have to we have the strange case of Symmetra and the teleporter, which can also help get teams up on the high grounds and places where they can't usually go. So really, we'll just have to wait and see what they decide to pull out of their bag of tricks. But hopefully it's something fun. Hopefully it's something that'll work for them and something that can get the win with.
Absolutely, and I will say this is Chaotic's like first time entering this league again, so I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. So still waiting for readies from these guys. I should be expecting it here soon. You know, just to get this match underway once more. So we did see a little bit of sniper action as Rios was on it in the beginning of that first match there. So I don't know if he'll swap that after Big Daddy Snipes, like I said, popped off. But as you're saying about the Widow, now you're right, Big Daddy Snipes definitely doing work, and you shouldn't change it if it works really well, I will say. But I don't know if she'll be picked on here, as once you get to the first point here on Horizon Lunar Colony, you're really squished into this little room here. So I'm really predicting more stuff like I want to see that Reaper come back from Chaotic. I believe Kure was on him. And I would like to see a Junkrat. So that's my prediction for Junkrat.
Yeah, Junkrat, I'd have to say it's a very smart choice. Like you said, with the enclosed area that you have on the first point, the bombs that Junkrat has just constantly is getting damage all around the point. And with the ability to use the concussion mine to get up onto the high ground to rain down the damage is super strong. So I'd imagine that a Junkrat would be a good choice, but then again, who really knows what they're thinking at this point. Hopefully though, I mean, Junkrat, like you said, Reaper would be a good choice as well. I have seen May work very well as well, because you have this, again, you have this small little enclosed area, and with May being able to freeze more than one person at a time, it becomes very beneficial. But we will see.
Absolutely, and we're actually going to see right now, because we finally got the readies from both the aesthetic, because it's very strange almost, because you're going from maps on Earth, beautiful places on Earth like Ilios and whatnot, but then you're going to literally outer space. You're going to the moon. So
yeah, when this map first came out, I spent half of the time just in the lower gravity part outside, just jumping around and doing stuff like that. It's definitely one of my favorite maps aesthetically wise. As for playing on it though in competitive, it can definitely get frustrating at times.
absolutely, but as we're seeing these guys kind of lock in their characters, Chaotic, or sorry, D9 doing their little tribal dance once more. Very funny. But yeah, we're gonna have Big Daddy Snipes on that Roadhog, Little Snipes. I didn't realize that's funny. I like the name coordination. But Little Snipes back on that Reinhardt, as we saw his beautiful play last round. Bigger Mac on that Diva. OC Hammer on that Zarya, Edenator, on Moira, and John Witz on that Lucio. Now we're seeing a quad tank strategy. I have not seen this strategy in a very long time. I'm really hoping it works out and is able to do a lot, as it was very much so countered by some of the heroes like Junkrat getting his buff and Brigitte coming in as well. But speaking about that Junkrat, we have Kure going on Junkrat. We will live on that Reinhardt there. Z turned on that Diva. Rouse back on that hit scan with that McCree there. Skate on Mercy. Twin Clarity on that Lucio. So we're seeing these guys pushing him immediately, wasting no time at all. Junkrat jumping down, trying to get a decent angle. Might get picked off as he is somewhat alone, but these guys are going directly onto point. Already making that they're wasting no time at all, with the team actually up and around, not actually on points. They definitely have the advantage here.
Quad tank is one of my favorite team comps to run, as being a tank player myself. But the problem is, though, if your heal not enough, then you will get picked off so quickly. Seems like the Moira's doing a great job at keeping the team up for the most part, and it seems like it's just they're going to be taking the point right here.
Absolutely. Like I said, wasting no time at all, getting in there, crushing, proving me wrong that quad tank is still amazing, I must say. So we're seeing these guys group up, switch off, making sure that they're ready for the next upcoming fight here. And
it does seem like Big Daddy Snipes. Oh, I was about to say Big Daddy Snipes did go back to the Widow, and Bigger Mac switched off the Diva and went Reaper, it seemed like. So they got rid of the quad tank and switched over to a 2-2-2 comp.
But we just saw there Reinhardt getting in the backlines, squashing Rouse, picking off that Reaper and hammering down. This guy's popping off today. Holy guacamole. And he's the one that's swinging and smashing everyone in sight. High Noon coming out, but not enough, as Bigger Mac's able to take him down. It just looked like with plenty of time they're going to be taking the second point. Wow.
We will be able to stall for just a little bit, but I don't know if it'll be enough to get anybody else back on point for them. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, that will be a quick cap for Chaotic or D9.
Absolutely went in and destroyed. They were not prepared for the heavy damage coming in. They had the Junkrat and they had the McCree, but they just weren't able to make much use of them. So at this point, they gotta realize they gotta swap something. They can't keep going with the way that they're doing things, because it's just not working. And Big Daddy Snipes and his team, D9, definitely came prepared.
Yeah, it was. I was impressed. When they came out with the quad tank, I definitely did not see it working as well as it did, but they were able to get the picks that they needed. And after they got the first one, it just started kind of all falling down after that. And I don't believe that. I believe it's D9 expected the switches, so maybe they switched in order to help counter the quad tank. And at that point, they already switched to the Widow and the Reaper, which kind of cleaned up the rest because they weren't expecting it. And then again, like you said, Little Snipes and Big Daddy Snipes, the two snipe duo, did great as Widow and Reinhardt. Just amazing, getting the picks that they needed, hammering down, getting picks that way too. It was a really nice sight to see.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. But you know, just thinking about it now, I think I know what's going on here, DZ. See, before every match on attack, you'll notice that D9 is doing like this little tribal chant. I think they're praying to the Overwatch gods, and it's working in their favor.
I think that is exactly what is happening. There's no other explanation.
Not at all. These guys are absolutely popping up.
Yep, hopefully Chaotic can do a little prayer for themselves and hope for the Overwatch gods to bless them with them being able to get this first point and second point here.
But as we're talking about it, running with a similar comp, quad tank, exactly the same. Chaotic is just going in and just putting so much pressure. I'm really amazed to see this strategy come back into the meta, as it was gone for so long, but able to get that Reaper gone and out of the way. Picks going back and forth once more. Reaper actually getting rezzed here, so they might be pulling it back just a tiny bit. the defense is, as they're kind of peering off of point, but again, decently even with who's on point, but that Reaper is absolutely popping off, as with all these tanks, Reaper's just able to have a field day, do so much damage. Already having his ult, able to get that Roadhog in and out of the way, making sure that they have plenty of time and room to get their team back into the defensive fight. This Reinhardt trying to charge, or not charge, swing his hammer as much as he can, not able to finish out that Reaper, as Reapers is able to get that Moira once more and able to clean up these last remaining few.
It seems like Chaotic might need to back off and regroup here real quick. They had a nice push at the beginning, but it seemed like with the damage that D9 was able to put out, they weren't able to withstand the hold. So it seems like Chaotic is going to change up. They're going to do go to Trip Tank instead, get rid of the Roadhog and switch to Reaper. That may be able to help with the Roadhog on the other end that D9 has, but we will see.
Yeah, absolutely, but other than that, they're sticking with the triple tank strategy here. But this Widow in a difficult position, getting in the middle of them. Little Snipes able to use his ult, able to get the Reaper in and out of the way and push them back, leaving the Reaper just to clean up the rest. But he is in a difficult position, but it doesn't matter because he's still pushing, still doing so much damage to this attacking team. They got to do something against them, as they're absolutely getting rolled by him.
Yeah, Bigger Mac is already almost at another ult, 90% with Reaper. And it seems like he's had free reign for most of the match. Hopefully Chaotic can get together and be able to take him out, because I think just one pick here for Chaotic would be able to create the domino effect, and hopefully they can get something going with the remaining minute and a half that they have left.
Oh, but they're doing just that, able to get the one guy, the Roadhog, right away, but Reaper going in, getting another ult there, able to get two.
Yeah.
That's going to be a rough for them on the attacking side, and they have 4 ults, almost 5. So they had the key, but they just weren't able to finish off the fight there. Maybe waiting for the next fight, able to bait the defensive side ults in and out. So going to the next fight, they're definitely having that advantage.
Yep, they got 5 ults right now, and hopefully they can use all of them in order to get this first point. They got Reaper, Reinhardt, D.Va, Moira, and Lucio, while D9 is looking at Rissa and Mercy as well as Big Daddy Snipe almost having their ult as well. Ooh, and there's a pick on... Yep, there's a pick on Lil Snipe. Oh, but there goes Big Daddy Snipes again on the Widow.
But this Reaper having his ult of his own, getting 3 there, and the supercharger, that's just what they need. Continuing to get these picks, absolutely wrecking. That's what they wanted. That's what they needed. Saying, no, we will not go down without a tick. We want this first point, and we will do anything to get it. That's just what they did. Especially with the fact that they didn't have to use many ults at all, just that one Reaper ult to give them the victory, and of course the Moira ult to make sure that they stay alive to do so. Now, they just did get Big Daddy Snipes as well, so they have the ult advantage, and they do have numbers advantage, able to getting that character in and out of the way. So they should be pushing in right now. They should be playing super aggressive, as they have such an advantage, and they're just letting them get on point. The defensive side are with this Reaper card.
In the Overwatch League, you're hyping up the chat, you're taking your team to hashtag trending, and spreading memes at tracer level speed.
All while watching us cap the point.
Speed like that deserves a network that can keep up. With T-Mobile, get all the Overwatch League you can handle with coast-to-coast coverage. Now your arena is where you make it.
On the left side, but Big Daddy Snipe swapping out of Hanzo, able to get the attacking Reaper in and out of the way. Beautiful shadow coming in, able to get a couple there, and a D.Va ult to combine. Looking for it, find any just yet. Pixeling back and forth finally with the Reaper ult, and Roadhog ult as well, able to clean up the last remaining. Oh, actually, the offense got destroyed there. So yeah, they're definitely going to be pulling out.
It seemed like.
Resetting.
Yeah, it seemed like with the Reinhardt ult, it was big, but it didn't seem like they had any follow-up. They did throw the D.Va bomb in there. At that time, it was too late, and the Orisa was already up and put her shield back up. They switched from Lucio to Zen, so Twin Clarity is now playing Zenyatta. and Big Daddy Snipes switched from Widowmaker to Hanzo.
Yeah, and I will say, you're talking about that Zenyatta switch. I definitely like that because they're going to need that dealing with the Hanzo and Reaper ult that are continuously here, as we are seeing the Hanzo ult just about to come into fruition. But that Reaper was picked off for the defensive side, so again, they have the number advantage once more, able to get a few more picks there. Hanzo ult coming out, trying to get something. With the soldier taken down as well there. Rez coming out, evening the playfield with the numbers. So they're going to have to do something here with the Supercharger coming out as well. Reinhardt trying to get in the Reese's face, smacking every which way, but the defensive side is doing everything that they can to make sure that they do not or are not able to do much. Be another cleanup.
Chaotic had some, but it just doesn't seem like they've had that little extra bit in order to put it over their way. They have been getting picks in the beginning, but it doesn't seem like they are able to concede or to what's the word I'm looking for? To capture the point. It seems like they can get just enough for maybe a tick, but besides that, it seems like once the respawn comes in, they're overwhelmed and aren't able to last as long as they'd like to.
But these guys are they are coming down below, trying something a little bit different to try to get themselves onto the point and do a bit more damage here. But the Mercy already down for the attacking side there, so this is going to be a rough fight. Trying to use the Zenyatta ult to get their team in there, but again, it's just I don't think it's going to be enough. But this Reaper was able to get the Orisa down and use his ult to try to clean up anybody that can. Roadhog ult in response. Picks again going back and forth once more, but with that spawn advantage, the defense or the offense is taken down again.
Yeah, they were able to second tick, so they only need one tick now. But with 50 seconds left and the spawn being this far away, this could very well be their final push.
My ultimate is ready.
But I will say they do have a potential ult combo that they did try earlier. The Reinhardt Diva combo, but it will be shut down by this Hanzo ult coming in, able to get the soldier in and out of the way. Hanzo in a difficult position, able to get the Mercy down, actually. A huge pick for them, as the defense is just getting the targets ill with her ult, looking for maybe trying to throw it in, but make sure that she gets on point as they are approaching overtime here. They are starting to get the picks that they're looking for. Diva ult coming in, looking for its targets, but everyone was able to back up. Moira going in with her ult, sadly was taken down. A little bit of a waste there. Mercy coming in, does get taken down, not before the Orisa ult comes out and the Supercharger as well. So these guys are definitely in a difficult fight, fighting uphill as they are in overtime again. But this Reinhardt trying to get in here, trying to swing as much as he can, as he is the last one alive, as this Reaper popping off again. And
it's going to work.
And I didn't even realize, DZ, did you see how close they were?
Yeah, they were. They
I
were
didn't
very
realize
close.
That was insanely close.
Like I said, like they were doing, Chaotic was doing well with their pushes, but it just seemed like even though they got the picks that they needed, the one or two in the beginning, they weren't getting anything else, and by the time they were getting the other picks, the respawn was happening, and it just, from there, it was too much for them.
Absolutely, luck and maybe even skill definitely on the side of D9 this night. Now, technically, they did win this preseason game. Well, not really tracking anything. So technically, they did win, but we're going to be playing the final match. Just just to make sure everyone's filled and able to still make sure we have fun tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Even though the match technically, even though D9 has won, it's a lot better to say you lost 2-1 than to lost 3-0. So hopefully Chaotic can come together for this final map and get a win out of it, so they can at least loss. But yeah, I think, I mean, Chaotic played, you know, very. I think on defense they were overwhelmed by the quadruple tank, and I think anybody else would be when you see 4 giant heroes running at you with the Lucio speed boost. It does kind of become a little overwhelming. And then on offense, I think they did a relatively good job on the first point. It did take them quite a while to get it. And then on the second point, they were getting the picks in the beginning, but they just weren't being able to get any other picks in order to control the point in the end, which is unfortunate because at the end of that second point they were very, very close.
Oh, I think that's the party messed up again. It sounded like your voice was a little bit laggy there.
Oh, that's my bad. Is it any better now?
I think so.
Yeah. Man, these Wi-Fi issues. Very unfortunate.
Does happen sometimes. But going into this third and final match on King's Row, I mean, what can I say? Big Daddy Snipes has been living up to his name, sniping this entire night, and the map is perfectly set up for him to continue doing so.
Yeah, this is Widow's playground right here. This is Widow's playground, and you don't want to be playing in Widow's playground if you're not friends with Widow, and I think that's we're about to see. Big Daddy Snipes taking a wild guess that they will be playing Sniper on this map. And honestly, the best way I think it is to counter a Widow is with another Widow. So maybe they will try that. But, I mean, when you're playing against a Widow and what they've seen is happening, it's hard to build up the confidence to feel like you can outplay the other Widow. But what were you saying?
I was just going to say, well, we were actually able to see that with, I believe it was Rouse, however you say his name. I think it's Rouse versus Big Daddy Snipes, Widow v Widow, and it just wasn't working out for him. It's just Rouse was not able to find the best position to really take Big Daddy Snipes down. So
yeah,
I want to consider
which
like
is unfortunate because yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it is unfortunate because that Widow is Widow is the best counter to Widow, but you also have Sombra that can do a pretty good job as well, or maybe even Tracer can do a great job if you can get the flanking around. So hopefully they think of that because I think the Widow is one of the big problems that Chaotic has been facing these last 2 maps.
Absolutely, definitely going to be looking for those dive-like characters, or maybe even run a dive-like comp in itself. By the way, as we're waiting for these readies from these captains, I would like to give a friendly reminder that this is all done through the Overwatch Xbox community. So go ahead and go on to oxcgaming.com, hop on there, become a free agent, find a team, have some fun, join the Discord. A lot of fun that's having in here, and recently we did get the Minecraft Realms back up and running, so feel free to check that out. A lot of fun, a lot of different types of games. Like there's even a Fortnite season as well that's just about to wrap up soon.
Yeah, I could I thought Overwatch was tilting, and then I went and played Fortnite, and that game, that game sometimes. But yeah, the season is just starting. It seems like it's going to be a good season, from what I can tell.
In the Overwatch League, you're hyping up the chat, taking your team to hashtag trending, and spreading memes at Tracer level speed.
All while watching us cap the point.
Speed like that deserves a network that can keep up. With T-Mobile, get all the Overwatch League you can handle with coast-to-coast coverage. Now your arena is where you make it.
There's a lot more teams playing. It seems like it's going to be a big hit this season. I'm hoping for a lot more competition. You know, a better better competition, and hoping that all teams can get what they were looking for, and I think that's the championship.
Absolutely. Championships, whether Fortnite or Overwatch, definitely a lot of fun and really fun to cast and watch. You know, because we're like playoffs and stuff and championships. We're pulling out the best of the best streamers, the best of the best players, and overall, that is the best of the OXC.
Yeah, that is.
So, yeah, still taking the time, making sure that they're probably trying to plan out any type of new comps that they could run, because they're like the last couple maps they were having struggles, or they were definitely trying to do as best they can, but they're really gonna have to go for it this time. As we were saying, this is Widow's playground, but it's also a very good map for dive. This is one that I very much so enjoy running dive on, so they could be looking for that as well.
Yeah, dive, especially with all the high ground areas and where they can jump down on top of the on top of their opponents, works very well. And dive actually does work very well against Widow, so they could be trying to do that, because if they can dive the Widow and pick the Widow off first, Chaotic, then they could probably do a lot of damage for that could do a lot of damage against D9.
Absolutely. Definitely expecting some similar comps here, as these maps are kind of running through not really a theme, but similarities as far as playstyles.
Yeah. It seems like D9 is playing around the same comps, or at least that what I've noticed for Horizon Lunar Colony, because I did not get to see all of Rialto, that they stuck to around the same hero pool that they had, or that they've been playing all night, which is probably what they're most confident on. So hopefully Chaotic sees that, and they can try and throw them off with something that they're not expecting.
But of course, we're seeing Big Daddy Snipes back onto that Widow. Little Snipes going back on that Roadhog. I haven't seen much Roadhog from him today. Incognito coming in and going in on Reinhardt. Hammer on that Orisa. Yeetinator on that Ana. John Witz on that Mercy. And that's for the offensive side there in blue. As far as the attacking side for Chaotic, we have Kure on that Tracer. We Will Live going onto that Winston. Z turned onto that Diva. Rouse on that Widowmaker. Skate on Mercy. And Twin Clarity on that Zenyatta. They're, like we were just talking about, they're taking the quote-unquote hint, and they're going dive. They've realized that that's what they're gonna need if they want to take down this Widow. With Rouse back on the Widow, able to oppress him and the dive-like comp, able to really put the pressure on the backline of that team. So it should be interesting to see
I'm
how
really
that. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was about to say, I'm really excited to see this Big Daddy Snipes versus Rouse sniper battle. I think that Rouse is looking at those previous two maps, so I'm hoping for a good matchup here.
Absolutely, but a beautiful pick already onto that Winston. They're going to have to get that res off of the Big Daddy Snipes. Absolutely, again, popping off. But there it is, Rouse getting a shot on him. He's definitely going to have to be backing up here. Not able to find the right angle that he's going to need for this attacking team. So these guys already getting up in the back line. Widow v Widow battle is going on. Big Daddy Snipes almost getting got, but they're taking the point they're taking the fight directly on a point, able to get that Junkrat in and out of the way. Mercy going down as well. This is what they need. They found what they like, and they're sticking with it. The dive comp absolutely rolling over these guys. The defensive side, Rouse getting cleaning up on that Orisa, and a few more going down as well. There it is. That's what I like to see. Beautiful play.
Yep, that was a good offensive push for them. The dive worked better than I even expected on that first point. The Diva did a great job at getting the picks that they needed, and they're diving the same heroes. So hopefully they can keep that up for the rest of the match, as well as take care of the Widowmaker, and we should be seeing a very, very close and competitive match then.
Absolutely, but I will say, now that that battle, you have to admit, defensive side kind of lost hard, so they're angry. They don't want to lose. They're not used to losing. They're going to want to push and fight back as best as they can. No swap ups just yet, but there it is. Big Daddy Snipes getting a pick onto that Widowmaker, and they're winning that team fight once more, especially with Hog using his ult, able to do the heavy damage and preventing any shielding or anything.
Yep, and that's all right. I think Chaotic needs to know now that, hey, it's okay. We lost that contention right there, but they just need to get back on and be as aggressive as they've been this whole entire first push. And it looks like they're doing just that with Curé picking off Diana. And we will live using the Winston ult Primal Rate in order to pick off the Mercy. And it looks like they are, again, too much for D9 to handle right now.
Yeah, but I will say they're going to be coming back into this next fight here with 4 ults compared to the 3 that the attacking side has. And they're pretty heavy ults too, because you got that Ana boost. You got that Mercy, and you got that Junkrat Tire. That Junkrat Tire is definitely going to be super powerful. But this Winston doing his job, putting some pressure onto the Widow, make sure she gets back, and they're able to get this next point here. I feel like they could have contested that, but maybe that Winston was doing his job perfectly and able to push him back. But there it is. They're starting to push in, make sure that they do not get that second point here. Trans coming out along with Supercharger. Rouse getting taken down, though, so already down in that man. With the fight here, this Winston trying to put as much pressure as he can, but just is not able to do enough. Tyre coming out as well, looking for his target there. Sadly not able to.
Seems like it is a very close match right now. It doesn't seem like any side is giving up, but I think that D9 will be able to take it. Will be able to win this fight for now.
Absolutely, this Widow doing some great pressure onto the Orisa, getting her solo. Winston able to finish her off. So it looked like it was a losing fight, but they're going to be bringing it back here with Widow, Diva, and Winston still on the point. But Tracer coming in as well, doing some damage of her own.
Ooh. And Rouse
but
with
they
a
stepped
nice
off the
pick
point.
on Big Daddy Sniper. And they stepped off the point, so that'll...
Yeah, they were on the point. Hog just mistakenly stepped off, and they were able to get in their D9, more like C9.
That's good. Oh, they're able to pick off the
name
Mercy when she was about to res.
But yeah, this Diva Winston again doing what they need to do, putting pressure on this Widow, getting her in and out of the way. Big Daddy Snipes the sniper that he is, getting the opposing Widow out before he went down. Roadhog trying to use his ult in the background, but was opposed to Diva, so Diva was able to block off a good portion of that ult, and she does have her Diva ult as well. Probably going to be seeing that come out soon. But Little Snipes able to get that Tracer, very good character for stalling wise. But look at these guys, they're just scrambling over here. Diva ult coming in. Actually, no, I believe she was saving that maybe for another time.
Yeah, that was smart, because it did seem right there that they were already trying to fight a losing battle. So it was smart that the Diva didn't panic ult, that they saved it for this next fight.
Going into this next fight, definitely see that Diva bomb launch, especially with that recent shield, as it is on the timer. Big Daddy Snipes getting that Tracer again. He's still popping off, even though they have the dive like comp, and getting Ross again. So with the DPS, they're already going to have to pull back and reset.
No one can hide from my sight.
I think what Chaotic needs to do right now is get together, try and go. They do have 2 minutes left, so they haven't time for multiple pushes, but they can't be letting stuff like that happen. They can't be getting picked, which is hard when you have a sniper like Big Daddy Sniper down your throat most of the time.
Yeah, that man is almost unstoppable today, as he got a beautiful snipe onto the Widow as she was getting into position, flying through the air. But there we go, the Supercharge coming out and the Tire as well. Tire coming in, not able to finish up just anyone. But again, this Diva still having her ult, probably looking to use it very soon.
In the Overwatch League, you're hyping up the chat, taking your team to hashtag trending, and spreading memes at tracer level speed.
All while watching us cap the point.
Speed like that deserves a network that can keep up. With T-Mobile, get all the Overwatch League you can handle with coast-to-coast coverage. Now your arena is where you make it.
As the Roadhog does have his ult once more, but it does look like they are going to have to be retreating here as they are down men. So with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, they could pull something out here.
Yep, they are coming up on a couple ults. They have Diva Bomb, they're about to have Widowmaker's ult, and they are close to a Pulse Bomb and Valkyrie. So hopefully they can bring that all together and get this first point, or get this third point taken away. But we will see.
Absolutely, D9 or Big Daddy Snipes up in the top, trying to look for another pick once more. Diva ult finally coming out.
Oh, I think this will be big.
Looking for a pick. Was able to get the Junkrat. Maybe not very big, but could be what they need to finish this off. But again, sadly, they are getting picked as Moira did use her ult, make sure her team was sustained and able to not get taken down.
30 seconds though, definitely enough time in order for them to get a pick up, to get a push going in order to get to the end here. And they do switch to Reinhardt from Winston, which I think is an interesting pick, especially for the last 30 seconds. But it seems to be working with them because We Will Live just picked off Edinator.
Yeah, without that heavy healing from the Ana to support their team, it's definitely going to be rough, as we do see the Orisa get taken down by the Reaper. They're swapping here, which is definitely what they're going to need. This Reaper absolutely popping off. Tyre trying to go in, able to get the Reinhardt down. Good pick, but it might not be enough, especially with this trans coming out, making that their team is healed. But Big Daddy Snipes going to get another pick. Ana going down again.
Oh, are they going to get on?
And
oh,
that'll be that.
That was good. That was good. I was a little skeptical on the Reinhardt switch in the beginning, but that actually worked pretty well for them. That was very impressive there at the end. They came together. They used the remaining ults that they had, and they were actually able to pick up the three. Sorry, I'm blanking. Able to pick up the win right there on the first part of King's Row, and hopefully they can come back with a strong defense, because I think D9 is out for vengeance now.
Absolutely, and we are seeing a little bit of swap ups here, as we are seeing Big Daddy Snipes go onto that Genji there, and they're actually running dive themselves, D9 is. So I'm very curious to see how that goes against the similar comp from last round that we're seeing from, it's not Charity, what, Chaotic.
Chaotic.
How did I forget that? Oh well. Oh, but there it is. There's the little bit of a tribal chant that we're seeing from D9, making sure that they're hyped up, making sure that their Overwatch gods are on their side.
Yeah. Now that may be the deciding factor for tonight, is the godly chant to the Overwatch gods.
So yeah, from these team comps, a little bit of an interesting comp that we're seeing from the attacking side, actually, D9. They haven't run dive at all tonight, but they saw Chaotic using dive, so they were like, you know what, we could do that too. And they're absolutely going to try it, and I do like the fact that we're seeing a Junkrat combining with it as well. Incognito definitely showing his Junkrat skills, and Big Daddy Snipes going in, already taking down the opposing Widowmaker there. So down people, pushing the defensive side back, actually. But it does look like that without that main shield, they're definitely going to be in a rough fight, as they are going down with this fight on point. But the res coming out, making sure that just Junkrat gets back up in the Mercy down from the defensive side. Definitely going to be a big pick for them, and most likely will be the deciding vote. With this Reaper going in, doing some fantastic damage. Picks going back and forth, but with this Reinhardt solely on point, along with the Widowmaker. does look like that'll be
Yeah, they
them having to regroup.
Yep. It definitely worked for them there. That was very good from them. Hopefully they can keep to it and oh wait, never mind. I am all mixed up. The time
good.
didn't work for them. Yeah, that time. Sorry, I saw the div on D9 or on Chaotic, and I was totally mixed match there. Yeah, I think that with that they switched actually the two tanks from Diva and Winston to Reinhardt and Zarya.
Absolutely, but as we're seeing right here, Genji tried to go in, Big Daddy Snipes on Genji, tried to go in and use a powerful ult there, but it wasn't enough as Trans was popped as well. Perfectly timed to make sure his team was up and good and able to win that fight without a single person down.
Yeah. Very, very, very impressive. And they do have ult advantage, it seems like. Kure has their ult at 100%. Diva ult is at 100%. Widow ult is at 100%, even though Rouse just got sniped by a Big Daddy Sniper. And Skate Action has ult as well. Oh, and Kure doing a great job with the triple kill ult.
Absolutely.
And
But
with
I would like to point out the fact that Big Daddy Snipes was able to get the pick onto Ross, so they had the man advantage at that point. So they were in the right to go in, but it was the fact that the Reaper was prepared, able to perfectly position himself to just clean up there. Great comms coming from both. Take it away, DZ.
So yeah, I'm struggling my words as well. It does seem like John Witz is there going in for a big push here. Big Daddy Little Sniper is at 100%. A big hammer down could really help here. And Big Daddy Sniper does take out Kure, which is a big pick, especially how much DPS Kure has been putting out. And it does seem like Yep, it does seem like D9 is gonna be able to hold this right. Oh no, never mind. It's gonna be close. They got 3 right now. It seems like they're gonna have enough, but Kure is coming back to point. We'll see if they'll be able to take him off, because it does seem like they just have a Reaper Soldier and a Reinhardt on point right now for the defense, and then for the offense they're running at 4. And Big Daddy Sniper with 2 huge picks. I think that may be it for the first point, and I think D9 will be able to capture it here unless we see some crazy ult or crazy plays by Chaotic. And I think that will be it for the first point.
Yeah, we did see
Now
that
it'll be
Diva
us
kind of
going to
getting
payload.
I was just going to say, we did see that Diva kind of getting in position, maybe looking for a Diva ult, but she realized that the Reinhardt was there and prepared. So they, definitely, it was a good choice to back off to make sure that they did not have it. Definitely a close match, as it did get down to just under a minute, but they were able to get that Reinhardt that was looking for a flank. So with that Reinhardt down, they should be pushing in. They have the opportunity. The attacking side does not have a shield or the means to res it. So they could very well be taking this, but this Reinhardt is looking for a little bit of a flank, trying to prepare for them. Able to swag, either way, Big Daddy Snipes was able to push in a little bit, able to get this Zenyatta down, but the res did come out. Diva pushing in, being a little bit aggressive with her team, maybe looking for another pick, but again, they realize that they're down a person and they do have the means to do it, and this Reinhardt is going for a flank once more, interestingly enough.
Yeah. When I think he did waste hammer down right there. He was looking for the old sneak behind and hammer down from behind, but he wasn't able to. He was figured out, but he still popped hammer down. Oh, and Kure with a another triple Death Blossom.
Yeah, this man is doing God's work on Reaper tonight.
Yeah, he is doing a very good job at making sure that if you want to come charge the point, you're gonna have to go through me. And as Reaper, that's not something you want to see.
Absolutely, but with both,
And
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and again, Chaotic does have 4 ults available, 5 ults now, and with 60 seconds left, it is gonna be a tough battle. But then again, D9, wow, a lot of ults being popped here. I can't even think of them all, but or say them all, but it does seem like Chaotic is gonna hold the point right here. Yep,
And so we saw, like you said, a lot of ults there, but the biggest ults to look at that we saw was the amazingly perfectly timed Shatter from Weevo Live, able to stun their team even though they had the Lucio buff, but it wasn't enough to get them through the Shatter. And then Rouse, using his ultimate, using the tactical.
In the Overwatch League, you're hyping up the chat, taking your team to hashtag trending, and spreading memes at tracer level speed.
All while watching us cap the point.
Speed like that deserves a network that can keep up. With T-Mobile, get all the Overwatch League you can handle with coast-to-coast coverage. Now your arena is where you make it.
Visor, able to get a couple picks and the picks that they needed to clean up and win that fight.
Yep. Big Daddy Sniper does have Cold Spawn, and OC Hammer does have Gravity. So we will see the grab happen right there, but Cure is not giving up, and he is still fighting hard.
This man's putting so much pressure on.
Yeah. I think what they need to do now, though, is back up and wait for their other two to get back, because you don't want to get staggered and get rolled in overtime. Oh, but they're going to pop trance here, which may be a risky call if they're not being able to get the picks. Cure pops ult, but then it gets canceled out by the Reinhardt Shatter.
Yeah, that was a little bit of rough play. He went in, tried to go for that well-timed Death Blossom, but it just wasn't enough to get through that Shatter. And I feel like that Shatter was the thing that caused them to allow them to really push up here. Big Daddy Snipe's doing a great job getting that Zenyatta in and out of the way with Soldier in the back lines, trying to take everyone for a little bit of a ride. Kind of stalling for his team to get on the point there, as they do not have the second objective just yet, so they're able to stall here with this D.Va ult, most likely about to come in any second now, and there it is, looking to clean up these last remaining few and getting a couple picks there. This is what we want to see. They're just barely stopped at the next objective in overtime. They're so close. Only the Tracer remaining.
Big Daddy Snipes did get the double, yeah, but they did get the double kill, but it was not enough because the D.Va bomb did enough damage, I believe, and we'll call it with that, with the Chaotic win. So I believe that is D9 2, Chaotic 1. D9 comes out with the victory, and we'll be able to see this juicy play of the game right here.
No one can
Reaper doing such a fantastic job tonight.
Jeez.
And there it is, all the cards turning red.
Yep.
They may have not won.
Chaotic
did take home a little victory. That's what counts.
Yeah, Chaotic definitely showed that they are reckoned to be dealt with in this league after that last match. They did a great job on offense, did a great job on defense, especially in overtime on that second objective point. They did a great job. Very impressed with that.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're just about closing out, everyone kind of leaving here. So kind of notes to take away from here. D9, all of them played very well. Big Daddy Snipes getting fantastic snipes, as we saw throughout these entire games. And that's what really allowed them to really be strong. Chaotic really took their time to find their footing, but once they did, you were right, that really showed that they were a force to be reckoned with. Really finding the comps that they needed, making their communication a bit more sound, and that's what really caused them to win the final match.
Yeah, great job by both teams. D9 came out stronger in the beginning, and I think that's what gave them the win, but it was definitely not a roll. Chaotic definitely showed that they're strong and that they can last long in this league, and I'm hoping as the regular season starts out, we can see some amazing things from Chaotic. Hopefully they can take away some key points in the match, maybe maybe what they did wrong and what they need to counter better, but as a first preseason match, they did very well.
Absolutely. I'm definitely excited to follow up with these guys and see how they do throughout the season, because like I said, both of these teams are new to the season, new players, new to kind of working together. But we definitely saw some great 6v6 gameplay tonight. Other than that, got any final comments, DZ?
No, I think I'm good.
Alrighty. I've been Sergeant PKL, joined by Little DZ, like I just said, with the D9 versus Chaotic matches. Absolutely fantastic games, and we'll see you guys next time.